Hey, y'all. Okay, so I am in my car today recording this video because I want to make sure that I get it out, and my house is crazy. But I wanted to come on here and kind of share my journey as far as these past 2 years journeying through this luxury space and essentially like allowing FOMO and are the fear of missing out and being priced out drive my purchases and go crazy doing things that I normally would not do with my finances. So if you're interested in hearing that and how this luxury space can suck you into a black hole, baby, then stay tuned because we gonna get into it. All right. So if you're new here, you guys, my name is Toni Williams. It's Toni Williams Luxury, where we cover everything from the rooter to the baby when it comes to luxury and my journey in this luxury space. Because I am new to this, not true to this. I do try and post every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But please forgive me because this is a hobby for me. I have kids. I have a husband. I have a full-time job. So please bear with me. I just want to share what I'm learning with everyone. So yes, everything that I purchase is with my own coin. I am not sponsored. Nobody is asking me to do any videos or giving me ideas or any of the other stuff. This is coming straight off the dome, baby. So if you like my personality, if you like what you see and my personality, baby, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share so you can help me grow my channel and this community. And I love to hear what your thoughts are on what I'm talking about. So without further ado, baby, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay, so let me get a little quick sip of water. Love the Stanley Cups. So pretty much before I got into this luxury space, I started out with a normal job. So honestly and truly, with the economy, I wasn't buying anything luxury. I have an over-the-top personality, and I love colors and all that other stuff, and my attire is over the top and can be over the top and all over the place. But when it comes to like every day, I'm pretty chill. And so I wasn't buying, and I was never really into luxury because I couldn't afford it. So it wasn't like I wasn't into luxury because I was like, I have better things to do with my money, child. No, I wasn't into luxury because I couldn't afford to be into luxury. So that it is what it is. But then whenever my stars changed, I was able to afford a couple more nicer things. And I was like, ooh, I want to fit in. So I started buying luxury items. I fell in love with them. I was like, the quality is different. The cotton is different cotton than the cotton I grew up with. Like everything was so quality, so thick. It felt so good. And it was just so different that I kind of got sucked into the luxury space. And then there was this whole imposter syndrome that was going on that caused that shaped a lot of the actions that I had because I wanted to make sure I looked like I fit the part whenever I was in these spaces. And so I just went buck wild with shopping. I crafted up pretty much a plan because I do a lot of analysis type things. And I knew that I needed to form a foundational wardrobe. And the best way to do that was to do it systematically, because it's just like if anybody has ever been poor or didn't have a lot of money growing up, then you know, like, you didn't have a lot of clothes or something like that. Like you might have had like 5 pair of pants and like 8 shirts and 2 hoodies and maybe a pair of shoes or 2, and you had to rotate those bad boys and put all kind of combinations to make it look like you had more than what you had. And I had started doing that since I was younger, and I had started working at like 14 and buying my own clothes and stuff. So I apply that same logic as an adult to luxury. But I quickly realized that once I got into this luxury space, that prices were going up, and they were not what I remembered people referencing. And as I started researching, I noticed that, yeah, they were just jumping, especially during the panoramic. Prices were jumping. These price increases started going from like, oh, they might increase by 1% or 4% or something like that once a year, to like they were doing price increases almost every 3 or 4 months, it seems. That's where we're at now. And so even things from 2 years ago that I was looking at and was like, I would never pay that because that's too much. Now I'm like, I wish I had bought it. I wish I had bought it. So the fear of missing out, or FOMO, really got to me, and I started maneuvering funds. I started not adhering to what I have adhered to for like 8 years or so, which was the Dave Ramsey plan, because I was making more. And so I just was like, buy, charge. Because I wanted to create that foundation, those foundational pieces, before I was priced out. So I wanted to get the shoes. I wanted to get the, and another thing is I could not get the clothes because I knew that I needed to lose weight and this wasn't the size I was wearing, and I'm not spending that level of money for something that won't fit. So I had to start with shoes and outerwear and jewelry, stuff that I knew I would be able to fit even if I lost weight. So I went down that hole, and y'all, I ended up buying a lot of things that I didn't need to buy, a lot of things that didn't fit properly, a lot of things that didn't even fit my personality, that I should have waited for to get, so I could get what I really wanted and not what was close enough, or just to get a certain color so that I could match certain outfits together. And so what it resulted in is me losing a lot of money, missing out on a lot of money. Now I have to try and sell these things, give these things away, or find a way to incorporate them into my wardrobe. Or another very viable option is now I have to make better choices with buying so that it increases the chances of me wearing some of the items I bought previously that didn't go with anything. Just because I felt like I would eventually need that color and or that item, or I would be sad that I missed out on that price or that sale of that item. It was dumb. But what I have come to realize is that, or whenever they would have launches or new catalogs, I would be like, oh, I don't want to miss out. And the essays will help hype you into that. But what I realized is there's always going to be a new catalog. Like every couple months, there's always going to be new releases that you feel like there's pieces that you need to have. There are always going to be, it might not be now, but it'll be later on, some kind of recreation of that similar item. Whether it's within that fashion house or another one. Or fashion houses have staples that, although it might be a different color or a different pattern, it's basically the same thing, or a slightly different shade. So just wait until you have the funds, or wait until you're in a better position, or wait until you hit the perfect color or whatever it is that you need. You don't have to rush it. The prices are going to be what the prices are going to be. So if it's something you're already looking into and you were already setting aside to get, and there's a good sale, then go for it. But just because it's a sale doesn't mean that you need to buy. And also I realized that just like I have FOMO, other people, especially probably wealthier than I do, have FOMO. Very wealthy, have FOMO too. And I know because I am friends with some of these people, and they have FOMO and they rush by, except for the difference is they have the funds and the means to rush by and sell at a loss, and it doesn't really matter. It's on principle that they had to sell at a loss, but they do it and they've been doing it and it's no issue. Or they buy things and then they don't touch it. And then they're like, oh, I'll sell it. So although you missed out on that launch, if you wait typically like 3 months, 6 months, a year, there are plenty of people that are like, oh, it's out of trend, it's out of fashion, and they will list it pretty much excellent condition, brand new, on these resale sites. So it's almost better to just map out your resale sites, look at them, and if you have an item, go find it later. So and buy foundational pieces, like, so that if you do see something that's a one-off that you really like, you can buy it and not feel bad about not buying a foundational piece. So yeah, I really put myself in a hole, and I had to dig myself out because I was FOMO buying, and being a shopaholic, because I was just in love with how it made me feel, the rush it gave me, the quality of the items, and being able to look in my closet and pick out things and they actually go together and feel like I had a collective outfit, not just piecing things together. So a lot of that FOMO and stuff has died down for me, but mainly it's died down because I have established all of my foundational pieces from the rush buying. So take it with a grain of salt. I'm just letting you know, or letting y'all know that, like, this is how I felt. These are the mistakes looking back on it, of what I did wrong and what I could have done better. However, I still have those items, and as a result, my wardrobe and stuff is complete. And I just had to deal with the ramifications. But my situation might be very different from yours, so don't do that. Like, if I had tried to do that a couple years ago, oh, it would have been pandemonium, and it's already nuts where I'm at now because of what I did. Well, it was nuts because of what I did. So just keep that in mind. The sales are going to be there. The catalogs are always going to be there. They're always going to push new stuff out, and you're always probably going to find something that you like, and it's okay because fashion recycles. So yeah, if you guys have ever experienced this, or if this was very helpful, please let me know in the comments below. If it wasn't, or I was just rambling too much, let me know that in the comments below. But yeah, that's all I have, and I look forward to speaking with you guys. Until next time, deuces.